Okay, let's see. Oh, that's an interesting question. It has to do with a story. First, I'll tell you a brief synopsis of the story so that all of you can follow along with what's being said. It's the story is mentioned in Surah number 7, in Surah Araf. And there Allah talks about a group of people that were told that it's impermissible for them to go fishing on Saturday, on Sabbath. Okay? And they had to observe the Saturday just for worship and not make any money and not do any work and not fish. And the way Allah tested them, they were in a fishing town, so they're in like a marine town right on the coast, a harbor town, and they would try to fish and they'd get no catch. And then on Saturday when they're sitting, doing nothing, fish are literally jumping out of the water and they're showing up to the shore and it's an easy catch. And they got really frustrated. So what they decided to do was kind of, the narrations tell us different stories, but one of the accounts is that they would like make a little a dip in the beach. The waves would come, fish would fall into that little dip and get trapped. The waves would recede. Now they had fish and they didn't have to do anything for it. Or they'd leave the net out, fish could get caught and they can pull it after Saturday. In other words, they were playing with the law. Okay, we're not working, but we're still taking advantage of that. So we did it on Friday night and then we got away with it by Sunday. We got it, we got our fish out. So technically we didn't violate the Friday or the Saturday rule. Now when they were doing that, obviously playing and tampering with Allah's law, the point is don't think about worldly matters on Saturday. The point wasn't technically don't go out and fish on Saturday. And they understood that, but they were playing with the law anyway. So there was the one group that was doing that was messing with the law, and the other group was telling them why you shouldn't be doing this. This is wrong. And there was a third group who was also religious, who felt, well, these guys are messed up. They're doing this. Why do you even bother giving them advice? Like, don't care. لِمَ تَعِذُونَ قَوْمًا اللَّهُ مُهْلِكُهُم أَوْ مُعَذِّبُهُم عَذَابًا شَدِيدًا. Why do you even bother giving these people advice? Look at how messed up they are. They know the rule. They play with it anyway. Leave them alone. Don't even bother giving them advice. And then the response from the group that was concerned was, مَعْذِرَةً إِلَىٰ رَبِّكُمْ. At least if we say something, we'll have an excuse to Allah that at least we spoke out, at least we did our part. Because if we don't, then we don't even have an excuse. Evil was going on, wrongdoing was happening, and we just stayed quiet. So at least we're going to try to counsel them and advise them, So these are now three groups. One group that's doing the wrong, one group that's advising them, and one group that's saying, who cares? Leave them alone. Doesn't matter. Eventually Allah punished, He says, the group that did wrong. So there's three groups, and Allah says Allah punished the group that did wrong. And that created sort of a confusion in tafsir literature, because is the group that did those who did wrong, is it just the people that were fishing, or was it also the people who said no, who cares? Because you're supposed to care. You're supposed to be concerned if something wrong is happening. You sitting idly by when a crime is taking place means you endorse that crime. Like, for example, if you saw somebody attacking somebody in the street, and nobody else is seeing it, and you didn't call 911, you didn't call emergency services, then you're in a sense complicit because you're okay with that happening and you didn't even do anything about it, right? So that silent participant kind of thing, or who cares, that's their problem. They're going to burn in hell. Who cares about them? That attitude, some assumed that both of those groups are going to be punished. Now, I'm personally inclined to believe that Allah will hold that group that didn't care accountable. But it's really amazing in the Quran that Allah did not explicitly say both of these groups are punished, nor did He say that middle group is saved, because He wants them to be worried. It's almost the intent of Allah in these passages is for that if we're going to be silent observers and not speak out, we shouldn't just feel safe that, well, at least I didn't do anything. At least I'm not a criminal, and I just feel safe in my complacency. No, maybe you shouldn't feel so safe. So Allah didn't explicitly say that group is punished, and didn't explicitly say that they're saved, almost giving them a sense of unease and uncertainty. And I think the point of that is that we shouldn't stay silent.